So yesterday I proposed a case study about a middle class man wanting to buy a TV, and he goes to the electronic shop, and then his budget was 10,000 rupees with planning to buy a 32-inch TV. But finally he ended up purchasing a 55-inch TV, which is basically 50,000, 5x more, and then in addition to this, another 20,000 rupees home theater system. So before we discuss the hypothesis, two sales terminologies which most of us know in this are: number one, what the salesperson has already done this is both upsell and cross sell. Now, what is upsell? Upsell is the customer comes with a specific requirement, and you understand what his intention, what his ambition, what his requirement is, and then you propose something better. That's upsell. Cross sell is along with the product or service that you sell, you also attach a complementary, I would say, product to them, so that your sale value increases, right? So I have received multiple responses to this, I would say, scenario, right? Some of them are as below. So somebody said that the salesman definitely won here, and the customer lost it because the customer spent more than what he came prepared for. And there are other responses where it says that the salesman might have won momentarily, but he lost the customer permanently because the salesman cheated him. Right? And there are also certain other perceptions where it says both of them are winners, and some perceptions both of them are losers. In fact, let me tell you, there is no right and wrong perception to this entire case study, but it is only the approach or the perception that one needs to carry. So this is the recommendation that I give. If you are leading the organization, either as a sales leader or a CEO, or if you are a sales manager by yourself, this is the perception, or this is the mindset which I want you to carry, or probably which I have carried in my, I would say, career, which I encourage my team to carry in their career. And trust me, with this perception and with this change of view, things have only improved. Yeah. So the first one is this. The customer definitely came. One second. So this is the perception that I want you all to carry. So let's come to each one of these scenarios or cases one by one. Number one, the customer definitely was an ambitious customer. He wanted to have a TV for his family, for him and his family to enjoy and have a good time. So there are two possibilities. One is, yes, he might have a budget constraint, and hence he chose to himself a 32-inch TV that cost 10,000 rupees. Or second thing, the other benefit of doubt is he may not be aware of different, I would say, options available in the market, probably, yeah. So if we take the second thing into perspective, it is definitely the responsibility of the sales manager or the sales guy to educate the customer on different options that he has in the market. So in that particular perspective, if the sales manager has recommended or showed you multiple options that are there in the market, and then suggested that 55 inches would actually does good to him and his family when they watch that particular TV, right? In the family, they all feel good, the experience, etc., is good. Here, the line that I want you all to understand is, it is always the responsibility of the salesman to educate the customer, because most of the times the customer may not be fully aware of what he needs. He only comes from the knowledge of hearsay or the market reflects, but he may not be really aware of different options available, right? So in that case, definitely it's the salesman's duty to educate the customer, number one. Number two, if the intent of the customer is to enjoy and have the good time and enjoy the fruit of his labor, right? A TV for him or his family is basically reflecting upon or enjoying the fruit of his labor. Again, there is nothing wrong on behalf of the salesman to suggest that if you are going for a 55-inch TV, the real experience comes into play when you have an appropriate home theater system along with this. That's when you watch a show, when you watch cricket, a game, sports, or a movie, you actually get the complete, I would say, experience, and that sets you at a different level, right? So again, in the first case, responsibility of the salesman to educate the customer. Second, again, responsibility of the salesman to ensure the customer experience is enhanced. Yeah. Well, there could be some argument, but what about the budget constraint, right? See, end of the day, sales is always driven by two things: either need or pride. A need that you have or pride that you want to possess certain things, right? And second most important thing is sales is always a decision made emotionally, justified by logic. Right? So in this case, if the salesman was able to communicate to the customer, educate the customer, and ensure that the customer experience is better enhanced and is better experienced with these, then once that particular problem is solved and once the customer has decided to purchase that particular product, then it is all about the nitty-gritties and the navigations that needs to happen on how that can be made sure, right, so that the customer would be in a position or in a capability to own that particular product. So in this case, maybe the customer would have gone for an EMI, or possible that the customer would pause that moment of decision then and then come back once he has better funds. But then the point that I'm trying to communicate here is, it is always the responsibility of sales manager and sales lead to educate the customer completely, to ensure that the very purpose of customer reaching to your showroom or reaching to your place is to have a better experience, and it is the responsibility of the salesman to put the plethora of services, a plethora of products that makes the customer's experience much better. And again, sales is a decision made on based on emotions, justified by logic. So always understand this. So in this case, the hypothesis or the perception that I encourage my team to pursue, and the one that I carry, is sales guy won definitely, because from a 10,000 average order value, he was able to take it to 70,000 average order value. At the same time, the customer also won. Why? Because probably had he spent only 10,000 rupees, right, he would have got a 32-inch TV, and maybe the minimum viability function is met. But with a 55-inch TV that he brings to home, and with the home theater system, definitely his experience would be much better. In a way, he would enjoy the fruit of his labor much better. Yeah. I hope this is useful, and this perspective or this perception is useful to you. So next time when you're in a negotiation call, when you're in a closure, when you're in a sales call, have this perception into place, and trust me, you will start seeing results. Okay, see you, take care, bye-bye.